believe the ecological health of the whole park should actually take priority in certain cases over public safety. But the other major risk, and the risk that that is really unequivocal, is public safety. Fire is a natural process, and we've tried to resist fire forever in Stanley Park, but it is part of a natural process, and it's part of the fact that we're not having fires is part of causing the risk to Stanley Park in many ways. So I'm up in the air about the fire risk, whether we're actually reducing it there. Fire Weather by Valent, the local author John Valent, I mean, it's incredibly risky and unpredictable what will happen to fire. You can't. And can you confirm for us? I mean, this table, we don't debate public safety issues around this table. Is that correct? So I encourage you to emphasize the ecological health of the whole system rather than taking out individual trees that may have died or may pose a risk. But you know, this risk of the hemlock looper moth, it's been known for a long time. I think people in this province are traumatized by industrial logging. But the hemlock in the park were doomed. They were doomed from day one because we didn't properly manage them. We didn't go out and thin those trees out as they were little saplings. We should actively think about doing that going forward. I think we'll need to go back into Stanley Park in 5 or 10 years and take out the new hemlock that are shooting forward, because they're going to come back again and they're going to be right back in the same risk. It's known that half of these dead trees are going to fall in the next 3 to 4 years. The theory that they're going to fall straight down is ludicrous, okay? I just give zero credibility to the theory that they're just going to just pop over and fall straight down. So I just dismiss that opinion out of hand. I'm a former tree planter. I spent 3 seasons up in Prince George and points north of there all the way up to the Yukon, points west of there all the way to Haida Gwaii. And I planted 50,000 seedlings a year up there for 3 seasons. And I was part of a crew that planted 10 million trees a year. People are rightly triggered when they see something happening in Stanley Park that reminds them of that. And I get that, and I get the anger. Realizing now in retrospect that I was just part of an industrial process that was increasing the allowable harvest up there, thinking that I was doing good, but really just, enhancing the industrial motives of it all. It's terrifying. And sure enough, there was an overabundance of hemlock that was coming up, was well seen, and sure enough, the risk landed on us just before our term started, and we've lost 160,000 trees. I listened with an open mind, and I actually learned a lot. And it raised a lot of questions to me about whether tree removals really do reduce the potential forest fire. And if we leave these trees standing, we're going to have to close substantial areas of the park for 3 to 10 years while these trees make their own sweet biological time coming down. And listening to the Stanley Park Ecological Society, it's just, they bring thousands of kids and hundreds of volunteers in to do invasives work. They cannot do their work with these trees standing, towering over them, threatening them every time a slight wind blows. And I'm not here to seek the most popular decision or to make win friends in favor, but I'm here to make the right decision for the park board at the right time. And, I think this is it. I'm anxious for the replanting of the climate-adapted species that's going underway. I think the tree selection of the cedar, the Douglas fir, the red alder, the Pacific yew, and other species, this is a turning point in the history of Stanley Park, and I think we need to see it as an opportunity. 25 years from now, when I'm dead and gone, these new trees will be pushing up towards the upper canopy. And 100 years from now, when we're all dead and gone, these new trees will finally reach the canopy, and they'll be there to provide shade and shelter for another 500 years. My question relates to, I searched the report for the word nature and natural, and it comes up 85 different times in the action plan. and it refers to Stanley Park as a natural park, and it refers to a lot of our urban forests as natural parks. But I wonder if you could speak to that, because they're not. We use nature and natural kind of loosely there because they're highly manufactured environments. Are they not? I mean, they're natural in the sense that it's growing thing and it's alive. But how do you see that word natural? There's no natural pristine forest left here in the city, is there? And I, for one, I just make it clear that I believe the ecological health of the whole park should actually take priority in certain cases over public safety.